Oh yes, this is coming. Like it or not, it will be a reality. Folks, as always, welcome to the Modern Survivalist channel more than ever now. Prepare while you still have time. You have the channel, a ton of content already. You can ask any question that you want below. If you have any suggestion for topics you'd like me to address, like I have a couple going on there that I need to do videos about, more than welcome. That's why I'm here. You also have my books, Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. You have no idea how much this is happening already, how similar it is to what we saw in Argentina, with honestly less and less differences by the day. The things that people are asking me about in terms of inflation, in terms of the price of housing, in terms of the price of food, in terms of the price of health, in terms of the price of security, in terms of the price of education, you have no idea how many similarities between what we saw and what the rest of the world is now seeing. And of course, survival skills, you have to develop skills that will be essential to keep yourself and your family safe, and a lot more. Honestly, if you want to get them in English, there you go. You have them in Spanish and in French, which by the way are doing very well. And thank you for everyone that is buying my books. And if you leave a review, that is particularly appreciated, especially appreciated. Guys, what we're talking about here is that as things change, as things keep evolving towards the 2030 agenda, the World Economic Forum, yes, the same one that, but at the same time it's business as usual. It's business as always. That's not going to change. Unfortunately, it's not going to change. So what is happening right now in UK will be a reality that everyone will be facing, and with different excuses, it will be shoved down your throat without lubrication. This will go the following way. We need money. We need to now charge for fuel. We need to charge you for mile. We need to charge you per whatever distance you cover. Okay, that's how things will go. Brits face pay per mile driving charges in Eco Drive. Electric cars will create an 8 billion pound tax black hole from loss of fuel duty, says Green SARS, who also want to tax your holidays to stop your flying. Well, it's not it's going to stop anything. It will just be more expensive. It will be prohibitively expensive. It would only be for a handful of very rich, wonderful people. It would only be a small, rare, once in a very long time luxury for you to travel, like they fly all day long in their own private jets, right? Now, what is the problem here? That they used to get you through the fuel tax. Now you're using electric vehicles because they told you, yeah, you have to save the planet with electric vehicles. Well, now you have to save the planets, and you have the planets in plural. Now you have to save the planets, and you have to save the billionaires who are looking at, hey, but wait a minute. Well, what, you're going to drive, and how much money am I going to make with the electric vehicle? No. From now on, I'm going to charge you per mile. I mean, you already bought this stupid electric car that needs Wi-Fi to work. You bought a car that I can just automatically shut down with a press of a button and block you from going where I don't want you to go, tell you where you can go with your own car, and when you can use it. All of these things now I fully control. Guys, besides buying my books, another piece of advice is don't get rid of your old car. Keep that old thing in your garage or in your property or wherever you have it, because you will desperately need a car that cannot be shut down by the authority. All right, Rachel Reeves, there you go. Rachel Reeves have been warning of an 8 billion black hole treasury. 5 years time, Brits make the switch to electric cars. The government climate advisors pile fresh pressure on the chancellor to consider alternative levies to address lost receipts from fuel duty. The Climate Change Committee, found if fuel duties stay the same rate as today, revenues would be about a third lower in 2030 compared to 2023. Fuel duty has been frozen for 15 years in a row with Ms. Reeves. The Tory government is keeping the rate the same at her first budget in October last year, but with Labour pushing for a ban on the sale of all new petrol and diesel cars by 2030. Yeah, 2030. 2030 is just around the corner. You will be forced to drive your fucking cell phone in 2030. You get that? You will be driving a cell phone Has no power? Does not work. Blocked? Does not work. Wi-Fi? Does not work. You piss off Elon Musk? Does not work. He has actually done this with some Russians that were using his Tesla, this Cybertruck. They were using it in Ukraine as an armored vehicle, right? Well, he just shut it down. It doesn't work anymore. It needs to have the authorization of Elon Musk for your car to drive. The chancellor faced a scramble to replace the revenue that fueled duty raises. Mr. Reeves is being urged to consider, and there you go, a pay-per-mile scheme which would see drivers charged for every mile they drive regardless of how they power their car. And there it is. It was always about this. It was always about absolute maximum control. And you will get charged, and they will know exactly what you drive and where you drive. They will know where you're going. They will know how many miles you did. They will know if you were going to one place or another, and who you were meeting with, because just like they know everything about you, they know everything about everyone else, and they don't even need people. Now, AI, as the guy that was standing in that office explaining how this $500 billion investment would be curing cancer, well, days before that, he said, well, you know what, this is going to be for surveillance. This AI thing, it's all about surveillance. It's not about curing damn cancer. When you're kidding, go bankrupt over cure for everyone. No, this is going to be about surveillance. Guys, this is the world in which we're living. You either see it or you don't. I cannot show you any more clear than this. This is already in the conversations. This is where things are going. This is going to be the good citizen system by which, if you're a good citizen, you're rewarded by allowing you to live a little bit more. If you're not a good citizen and if you're not a good subject of the powers to be, then you will be punished. You will not be allowed to use your car. Just kind of a little bit. You can go to school, take your kids to school, go back to work, maybe once a week. Then you will have to take some shitty public transportation. Not even a good one. Not even convenient. It's gonna be packed in a like a fucking sardine, surrounded by 70% population that's not even from the country you are from. You're gonna be packed like a can of sardine in the tube, right? Pretending to be damn Paddington when it actually is more like you're in Afghanistan. That's the reality of this, guys. This is how things are going. At this point, I don't think you can change this. These are things that are gonna happen. 2030 is tomorrow. In the context of things, of how much you need to change things, 2030 is already here. This is going to happen. This is the way things are going to be. Folks, see you next time. Take care.